Did that scare you? Yeah, me neither.
Wow.
I've not had a good scare in
You should watch scary animations.
Joey. Hey, man. Long time no chat, Joey. Okay. If Joey says I should watch scary animations, then so be it. Let's do it. Oh, by the way, these animations that I'm about to watch may or may not be
Super scary.
but have no fear, because Tony is here. We're gonna watch them together. You guys tell me in the comment section down below which one was the scariest and which one was the best just overall animation for you. And we'll do an overall animation rating at the end of each. Anyway, welcome back to tctngaming, guys. And the first video we're gonna watch is called The Sad Man. It has over 1 million views. It has a creepy ass thumbnail, okay? This is the thumbnail for the video. It is creepy. Let's watch it. The Sad Man by J Club. Alright. Nothing too spooky so far. Okay, that is a creepy face. Okay. I'm a little bit weirded out, if anything. Not scared, though. Not scared at all. Oh, God, that is so creepy. Ah, the noise you hear when the neck is, like, cracking. Ah, that is creepy. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, sad man. Why are you so sad? You're all alone in your universe, or are you just sad because you're creepy? I would be sad too if I was this creepy. Oh, why are you doing that sound effect? Oh, this grosses me out. Okay. Wait. Did this balloon just look at this balloon? Did this balloon just blow up in like a swarm of cockroaches or spiders? Oh my god. I'm not even scared, I'm just so creeped out and weirded out. It's just the first animation, the freaking beginning of the video. Oh my god, look at those nails. What are you doing to your— oh no, nope. Whoa, that is too much, dude. Holy— I don't understand anything. So he just ripped out his freaking nail. I didn't even know if I'm allowed to show you this. He ripped out his freaking nail, and then the spiders that came out of the freaking balloon went all over his face. None of this makes any sense to me so far. Hey, little girl, how are you not creeped out by this dude? I would be so creeped out if you see this guy alone in like an alleyway or something at night. Oh, okay, they got to like each other. And the guy broke the toy. So apparently whatever the guy touches just dies. This might be his house. Even his house is like not like the rest of the houses. It's still like messed up and destroyed. How are you not creeped out, little girl? This dude looks like a total psychopath. Ah, oh, please don't do anything to the girl, you psychopath. Oh, God! What the heck am I watching? Please put your face back on. Yeah, that is much better. What? Okay, this animation is creepy as— I don't want to say what, because I don't want to get age restricted, but it is creepy. Well, the first animation, I don't know how or what to rate this, but this has been really freaking creepy, okay? Like on a level from 1 to really creepy, it was really creepy. So so we call this really creepy. You get 1 badge of creepiness. Wear my 4 protector glasses. Now, with these on, I shouldn't get scared at all. And my hat fell off. Okay, let's just do it with just the glasses. All right, 4 protectors are— ow, ow, ow. 4 protectors are on. Here we go. Creepiest McDonald's animated story. Here goes nothing. I can't even see anything with these freaking glasses. Where's my hat?
It was about 3 in the morning and I was on my way to my job at my local McDonald's to open with one of my favorite managers there with me. She told me to text her when I got there so that she could let me inside. Once I pulled in, I noticed a man standing outside of his car in the farthest corner of the parking lot. He was shooting me this sort of menacing stare. Let me point out that it's completely pouring outside. I was really confused as to why this guy wasn't just sitting in his car. I then parked and texted my manager to let me inside. Seconds later, I noticed her at the door opening it for me. Upon walking up to her, I say my usual good morning. I was stopped mid-sentence by her rushing me inside and saying, "Did you see that guy outside?" I told her yes, and she proceeded to help me
Okay, this is creeping me out. I gotta admit, I have goosebumps for how creepy this is, okay? Okay, carry on.
like that. My manager then told me that she's going to check the security tapes just to make sure that everything during the period that the restaurant was closed was okay. Minutes later, my manager called me into her office for whatever reason. She told me to look at the screen and it showed that the same man was standing outside. The time was 12:47. She then fast-forwarded the tape to reveal that the man had been standing outside the entire time up until now. And at this point, it's about 3:50 a.m. I ran to the front lobby and
there's this dude chilling in front of McDonald's the whole freaking day. It comes nighttime, the night shift or whatever, and he is still chilling there. I mean, it is kind of creepy, but why don't you just call the freaking police and get it over with? I mean, I'm gonna put my horror glasses protectors on just in case, but let's carry on.
I noticed him still standing over by his car. I figured or was hoping that he was probably just on something and he was waiting for us to open so that maybe he could get breakfast. I resumed filling sauces again and making sure everything was in working order until I was abruptly interrupted by banging at the front door. I walked over and noticed a figure right outside the front door. It was the man. I yelled that we were closed and that he would have to come back later. That didn't seem to faze him as he continued to bang on the door. I walked away, figuring that he was just being an asshole when suddenly I heard a loud crash. I ran to the lobby to see the glass door broken and the man beginning to step inside. I yelled for my manager and told her that we needed to leave through the back door. And we did just that. We booked it to our cars and both called the cops. They arrived in about 15 minutes and came outside the restaurant with a dirty-looking man in cuffs.
Oh my god, look at that face! He probably wanted to kill them, so good move calling the cops. Now, what I would have done in that situation if someone was to break into my McDonald's, I mean, it's my freaking property. He breaks in, he would not have a good time, okay? I would take the closest thing I have at my disposal, since this is water, and I would throw the water at his face. Wouldn't do any damage, but it's what I would do since this is the closest thing to me. What is the closest thing to you? So, let's play a game. The closest thing you have right now, the closest thing to you, is going to be your weapon when something like this happens. How lucky are you? I'm not that lucky apparently, since I only have a bottle of water. I would get massacred. This guy looks pretty weird though. He looks pretty weird. He's got stitches up to his eyes. I'm thinking one punch at his face and he's gonna open up. I mean, he is crazy though, so avoid crazy at all costs. So run to the back, call the cops. This guy did a good job. Let's hear the end of the story.
They said he was hiding in the back janitor's closet with a large knife in his hand. So that's my—
Wait, what?
They said he was hiding in the back janitor's closet with a large knife in his hand.
So
that's my story, and also the reason I'm never working early mornings again.
Okay, that is really creepy. So the guy was waiting to kill them at the end. He was. Okay, that is really creepy, dude. This animator is actually really good. I feel like we should watch something else from him. Maybe one more animation from him. Let's do it. This one is called Gas Station Horror Story.
To add a bit of backstory, I was an active duty Marine a year prior to this story happening. Granted, we're trained to take lives and deploy to other countries to fight. Sad to say that I never got the opportunity to deploy, but if I wasn't trained as a Marine, I honestly think I wouldn't be here telling this story. Now, onto the story. This story took place last year on a cool summer night here in Arizona. I just got off from work and took a coworker home from a late night dinner after the shift. I passed by a gas station after I dropped her off. I was working 2 jobs at the time, so it was already late, around 2 a.m. I knew an energy drink would help me wake up tomorrow morning for my next job. So I was slowly pulling into this empty gas station. I noticed no other cars anywhere. That's when something caught my eye as I was pulling up in front of the entrance. There was a shadowy figure that suddenly pulled up along one of the walls of the gas station and kept creeping along the walls, getting closer as I pulled up. There was some sort of shadowy figure that suddenly pulled up along one of the walls of the gas station. It crept along the walls, getting closer as I pulled up and turned off my car. But at the time, I couldn't care less because I was tired and I figured he was just a drunk. And
yeah, that's what I would have figured in that situation too.
Like that. I saw the outline of his face as he pulled away from the shadows. He opened his mouth to say something, but before he could say anything, I cut him off and said, "Hey, I'll be right back, sir." He just kinda stood there and stared at me as I walked into the gas station. I wasn't even thinking about him because I was tired and just wanted to go home. I swooped up my favorite energy drink and walked up to the cashier. I paid for my drink in a matter of a minute as the cashier wasn't really in any mood to make any small talk. I pushed the entrance door open and I noticed that the man was no longer there. I was looking around for the man as I approached my car to only see him coming from the dark corner again. But something seemed off about him this time. I didn't care to stick around to see what was off about him and went to open my car door. Then I heard rapid footsteps approach from behind me. I turned around as fast as possible to make eye contact with him. He was just staring at me less than an arm's reach away. Every option suddenly ran through my head, screaming at me to just get in the damn car and slam the door. But he was already too close for me to try anything without him trying to do something. So I wanted to try and create a peaceful conversation as a desperate attempt to try to get this creep away from me. I said, "Oh, hey, it's you again. Is there something I can do for you?" His whisper had a scratchy tone to it as he said,
"Oh,
Gotta need change." I was actually thrilled. I was happy because I could just give this creep some money as a peaceful resolution.
Give some money and be on your way.
I said, "Sure do. Hold on, I'll dig it out for you."
And be on your freaking
By the
way.
time I grabbed a fistful of change as I leaned into my car, I heard the passenger door behind me open and then I felt a handful of my hair get pulled into my driver's seat. My hair got yanked back really hard as he whispered, "You fucking scream or yell and I'll fucking kill you."
Oh,
then I felt a knife slowly glide over my throat. He then whispered, "Understand." I carefully nodded up and down. He then replied, "Now we're going to New Mexico. Don't do anything stupid or I'll cover your car's interior with your blood." At the time I was thinking, fuck, this can't be fucking real. So I had to think and relax. That's one thing my commanding officer
right, but he
said
is a U.S. Marine.
The key to victory is a clear
there's nothing that like a
head.
random burglar can do to.
Good. Smart kid. I hate when they beg me to let them go. Now use your GPS or whatever.
His knife was still gently pressed up against 70% or so of my throat. So I told him I was slowly going to reach into my glove compartment for my GPS. Then I asked him where in New Mexico we were going. He laughed and told me to just shut up and drive. Why was he laughing now? This guy was a complete psycho. I was there driving and praying in my head for a chance to open where I would be able to fight back. I could tell that his knife was starting to get loose around my neck for every 5 minutes or so that I drove. The knife at the start of this drive was at about 70%, but now it was at around 50%. I had to make a right at the intersection. Finally, I saw an opportunity. I saw this Ford Ranger pickup truck coming down the road I was supposed to join on. In my head, I asked myself, do you really want to die a coward? Then, as I saw the Ford Ranger approach...
Story! Oh! I'm sorry for not talking, guys, but I don't want to talk through the animation so you guys can really get a feel of the story. But from time to time, I gotta break it up in order for it not to be too spooky.
At a rapid rate, I pressed all the way down on the gas pedal. Then, boom. All I remember from all the commotion is the guy leaning back as I slid my hand under his wrist of the hand that was carrying the
what
knife
just
and
happened?
pinned all the way down on the gas pedal. Then, boom. All I remember from all the commotion is the guy leaning back as I slid my hand under his wrist of the hand that was carrying the knife and pinned it against the steering wheel of my car. I can hear the horn blaring, attracting more attention. He let go of the knife and ran out of the car as the intersection made itself known to me again as my surroundings were no longer blurry. I wanted to run after him, but the driver of the Ford Ranger grabbed me and said, "Hey, what the hell happened? Do you have insurance?" I was trying to push through the guy to catch that fucking coward, but the only words that escaped my mouth were, "Don't let him get away!" That's all I was yelling as I saw the dark silhouette of the man disappearing into the darkness. I told the police everything when they arrived. I did everything you're supposed to, but nothing really ever came of it. And they didn't see anyone matching my description of the man. I now carry my gun on me and a few knives, so I will never be the victim of something like this again.
Oh, whoa, what a freaking story. Oh man, I don't know if I like this one or the McDonald's one better, but they're definitely both amazing stories. Wow, this guy is really good. It really brings out the tension. But anyhow, I don't really do reaction videos that often. If you guys want me to do something like this again, let me know and I will. Otherwise, my name is Tony and I will check you guys tomorrow. And the new Spider-Man is coming out and I really want to play it on the channel. Bye bye guys and stay awesome.